No pressure when I say this. But when I looked at the calendar, if you win so many games in the SEC tournament, if you win so many games in the NCAA tournament, you have put on that jersey 40 times. And that 40 times you're putting that jersey on, you're riding through the storm of trying to navigate the keys to a championship. Because it's not going to be easy. And everybody's not going to come with you. And everybody's not going to believe in you. But all you need is who's in this room. You don't need the world to believe in you. Only you need to believe in you. We need to believe in us. And when you take that jersey off for the last time, and if you have listened to the way this team needs to be built to be able to handle the storm for 40 games, you will be a champion.
And here we go. I'm so excited. Like, that video literally turned me up like fast. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys are all well. I treat you all with shalom. So yes, like, that video had me hype. Here we go. I hope you guys are all well. Let's go. 2026 is here. SEC play is here, and we are ready to go. So as soon as the game is up, I'm going to go ahead and get us streaming. Let's go ahead and open up in a quick prayer. Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus, as we have gotten to 2026, Lord, we cover each and every day this year with the blood, Lord. We covered this team as they're starting SEC play on the first day of the year, Lord. You were with this team since they joined, and we just pray that you would keep them in perfect peace tonight, Lord. Let their belief show up tonight. We pray that they play as a team, that they have fun, that they share the ball, that they play defense, that they do all the things that they've been practicing. May they remember all the little things tonight. And may we kick off SEC play with a banger. As basketball is a game of runs, may you be able to keep them in perfect peace, and that be the difference maker tonight. So in Jesus' mighty name, Lord, we thank you for this new year, and we say, oh, yes, we also pray against any injuries for either team. May there be no injuries on either team tonight. In Jesus' mighty name, we all say a super, super big amen and amen. So it says it's ready. So let's take a look. Let me just go back real quick. And here we are. All right, y'all, we are ready.
And 11th ranked Kentucky Wildcats taking on unbeaten and 5th ranked LSU's Tigers. We welcome you into the Maravich Center. This is Victor Howell, a former Tulsa Golden Hurricane NBA and college basketball analyst. I'm Lynn Rollins. Victor, all across the league, the curtain rises on a new SEC women's basketball season, and this Maravich Center will be exploding with a different kind of fireworks from what you may have enjoyed last night. This place is near capacity. It's loud. It's emotional.
Yeah, it's been a fun atmosphere to close out 25, but now we're in 26. This is what we've been waiting for, this gauntlet of the SEC schedule for the first 5 for LSU starting tonight with Kentucky. One of the many storylines. How about the immovable object? Kentucky's defense giving up 50 points a game. LSU leading the country at 108. Here's a stat line for you. In Kentucky's 14 games, including their loss, they have not allowed a team to shoot better than 40%. In LSU's 14 wins, they haven't shot worse than 48.8%. So, Lynn, something's got to give. Let's find out what it'll be.
Well, a couple of individual players to watch as well with a lot of talent on the court for both teams. Flau'jae Johnson for LSU, Clara Strack for Kentucky.
Well, Flau'jae Johnson leads the team in scoring. She leads in three-point percentage. Maybe more importantly than anything else, heading into SEC play, she's well rested. She did not play a lot of minutes in the last couple of weeks, didn't need to, so she's ready to go for conference play. You mentioned Clara Strack. What can we not say about Clara Strack?
Is anybody getting nervous, like feeling a little bit of nerves real quick?
You'll be a star at Virginia Tech. Transfers over to
Yeah, we really be getting nervous like we're about to play the game.
She has 17 points a game, 43 blocks for the season.
Really
she gets on inside and outside again. One of the many storylines we're looking for.
LSU fans, we act like we're a part of the team. Like, we there. We're in the locker room. We nervous.
Kentucky in blue, LSU in
All right, y'all, here we go. Oh, man. I'm hyped. Here we go. Come on, Tigers.
For the first time in the
Lock
new
in.
season.
Come on.
LSU grabs the first possession. Strack contends on the first shot attempt, gets a piece of it, put back up, and Coball comes back with a big offensive rebound and the stick back.
Well, nice job by Jordan to attack the defense. Look, you're going to get shots blocked tonight. That just happens. That's the way Kentucky plays. Great job by Jordan to attack. Better sign for LSU to see Coball with the putback.
And you see that starting lineup, Morgan, Obi, Key, Hassett, and Strack for Kentucky. Kentucky has only had a couple of different starting lineups this year. This group, the group starting tonight, has an 11-1 record. The only loss by Kentucky this year was a narrow defeat at the hands of Maryland.
While we're looking at that starting lineup, just 25 seconds into the ballgame, Flau'jae Johnson picks up her first on Kentucky's first possession down the floor.
Strack misses left with the first free throw.
These are very good free throws. She's 76% on the season for Clara Strack.
She can also shoot the triple. She'll back out. She's hit 9 trays. She misses, but a deep rebound. Kentucky gets another chance. Hassett shoots. She's the designated three-point shooter. Off the mark, and the rebound of Michaela Williams. Williams at the top. She'll take the three. Got it!
That could be huge for LSU to get off to a good start because Kentucky wants you to go to the basket and try to block your shots. More often than not, you don't see teams trying to block three-pointers. Michaela Williams gets hot. She can stretch that defense out.
5-0 Tigers, but it's quickly reversed. Let's take a look at the LSU starting lineup. LSU has had 5 different starting lineups this year. Tonight's group has started the last couple of games. Obviously, has won them both. Johnson, Williams, Richard, Joyner, and Cobalt. Victor, I think, and you've mentioned it to an extent, can Cobalt stay out of foul trouble? This is a very tall, physical Kentucky team. It's the tallest Kentucky basketball team in its history on the women's side. And another 3-ball ripped home by Michaela Williams.
Well, already you can see Michaela Williams is feeling it with that range. That time the shot clock was down to 1 with a defender in her face, and she still put it in pure.
What did you tell me 10 minutes ago? Michaela Williams has the potential to really go off offensively against Kentucky.
Yeah, we were talking about it right before we came on the air. And why do we think that? Because they're 6'5", 6'5", 6'5" on the inside. As you see a look at head coach Kenny Brooks. How about 24th season as a Division I head coach? You know how many losing seasons he's had? One.
Yeah.
Done an outstanding job in Lexington. But back to Michaela Williams. For a team that wants to invite you inside and then block your shots, you don't often see teams face guard you from the three-point line. So Michaela Williams, if she gets hot, you're either going to leave her out there and she's going to set her have a career night, or she's going to draw the defense out. That's when you drive past her.
Let's take a timeout right here with 8:17 remaining in the first quarter. And we'll step aside and be right back. LSU with a 6-point lead early.
What niggas say they boss, the wrong time, he said he love us, girl, they more cute. He come sit down for the show, and some popcorn to it. Man and me, he cut the hoe, she say she like I band do it. Ain't no way I get to singing, thought you just made dance moves. I try to sneak a scatter rap game, but my fans knew it. Don't get scared, nah, tell the people they been sleeping. I been counting dead, now that shit get scared, niggas creeping. You can better leg, nah, what they do, they just a sleep in. I turned in a band, boy, that bitch stay on my head, nigga. Boo, 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 how about boo, 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 how about nigga, boo, gon' watch me come through. Trippin' hard, gon' record, fuck the one and lost a shoe. Up the boo, that shit is scary, looking around like who I'm talking to. You gon' get that shit up off your chest, I send them hit.
And I'm back outside, man, I'm gone, never home. Yeah, you throw me out, but you kinda put it on. Diamonds always hitting, I'm like, can y'all get along? Yeah, no filter face, got it. Everything straight, got it. Everything 8, got it. Nail face, lace body, AMG's big body. I ain't even trip body. Everyone on wit body. Can you get this lit, doubt it? I know I'm the one they want to beat up. You know what I'm on.
Contested as they're reviewing to see if it were a 3-ball or a deuce.
Well, and you saw on the replay right there, on her first one, she walked into the top of the key without a defender. The second one from the left wing certainly had a defender in her face as the shot clock got down to 1. But when we went to timeout because they were appealing the out-of-bounds call with Kentucky ball. That appeal was upheld. It'll stay Kentucky ball. Then they announced that we're going to go back and look at the three-pointer, the second one, to see whether or not she had a foot on the line. And that's what the officials are looking at right now.
If they rule it a 3, she would have 22 made in 49 attempts. That's well over 40%. Blage Johnson has 24 to lead the club.
I mean, if that's what they're looking at, she's clearly behind the line. That angle tells her that there's very little time to have to look at this one.
I mean, why so much time to figure out if she was behind the line?
After review, the three-point shot taken at 8:32 was confirmed a 3, and the out-of-bounds appeal has been confirmed, and the call will be overturned to white ball.
Oh, so they just overturned it.
And a good job of officiating to take care of all the angles, all the points that were being contested. The 3-ball stands up, and LSU will have possession.
Now, they saw something else that changed it, because while we were in the timeout, the official came on the microphone and made the announcement to everyone that it was staying blue ball, and then they would look at the three-pointers. So they went and took another look at it.
Amaya Joyner, Flage Johnson, Michaela Williams, Kate Cobal, and Jada Richard on the floor right now for LSU. And the Tigers get an inside bucket from Joyner, the 6'2 senior from Farmville, North Carolina, by way of East Carolina. LSU off to a hot start, leading early by 8.
Beautiful pass by Michaela Williams, too. Now they're going to try to face guard her. She drops down the little bounce pass.
This 3-ball up and off the mark, a little bit strong from Obi. And it's going to go back to LSU after defense.
Got her on a travel. LSU has to get in position to be good rebounders in this ball game with the amount of players that they have that are 6'4 or 6'5 on the floor. LSU has not seen a lineup this season that has that kind of size, so they're going to have to be aggressive on the boards.
The only team in the Southeastern Conference that's larger than Kentucky is South Carolina, and Williams adds another bucket. Williams has been scorching hot early. 12-2 Tigers. LSU double teams. Shot clock at 7. And Strack was tripped up as she tried to dribble into the key. Kim Mulkey, as good as anybody has ever been in men's or women's basketball, 26 seasons as a Division I head coach, 767 victories. Yes, that's a correct number. 9 times the National Coach of the Year. And championships at Baylor and LSU.
LSU was hoping on that last foul. They called on Jada Richard for reaching in, but instead they got Cobal with the foul. That's her first. Just keep an eye on that, being LSU's starter on the inside.
Strack misses the 3-ball over Cobal. Tigers on the run. That left side three by Michaela Williams comes up a little bit short. Her first miss.
She was set to take the roof off this joint. That heat check shot.
LSU by 10 early. 6:34 to go in the first quarter. An open three launched from the left side. Too long by Jordan Obi. Obi gets it back, takes it inside. Koval defending. And Strack cannot make the play as she was on the back of one of the Tigers. No foul called, but possession belongs to LSU.
But that was great position. To your point about being on the back, watch the miss. Look at the position she has. Koval certainly has the height advantage over Michaela Williams, but look at the body position. Koval goes over the top, no foul call, but off her hand out of bounds.
The best three-point shooter for Kentucky is Asia Boone. LSU will go to the free throw line. Talking about Boone, she comes in right now. She's got 37 trays this season and shoots 37%. So she is the best outcourt shooter for the Wildcats. Here's Williams, a superb free throw shooter. You've seen her connect on just about everything from the free throw line during the course of her career. Right at 80%. Little better than that for her career numbers as she strokes two.
Nothing like double digits 4 minutes into a game. That tells you the kind of start Michaela Williams is having.
Ten points for Williams on a couple of threes, a deuce, and a couple of free throws. And a foul against Kentucky. Who did they get?
Amelia Hassett on the top. She tried to hand it off for the guard. She wanted to go set a screen, letting her teammate go left side of the wing, but she never established position. Take a look by the top of the key. She's going to keep moving, but watch, she never stops.
Right.
She just runs right into her to keep going. You've got to be set if you're setting that screen. Richard hit her, goes the other way.
She has made every start this year for Kentucky, and that's her second foul.
She averages 10.5 points a game and 6 rebounds a game.
Well, what's interesting is Kentucky has 5 players who average in double figures. The Tigers have 7. LSU scoring well over 100 points a game this year. And Victor, that rolls off the tongue rather easily, but so difficult. So many points. That inbounds play in traffic goes awry, and LSU will have to peel back defensively. Boone is open. The lefty takes it and nestles it home. That is triple number 38 for her this year. 14-5, LSU by 9 early. Richard's going to take a deep three. Got it! It rattled and went.
Jada Richard has that ability to shoot from the outside. She was an outstanding scorer in her high school days over in Opelousas. She's one of those that can quietly start to fill up the scoring sheet and the stat sheet with points.
That was her 9th triple of the season. And Strack comes right back with a baseline jumper and rattles it home. The lead is 10.
Made that look too easy. A little one-stepper, almost like a Dirk Nowitzki, little one-legger fadeaway on the baseline. And now it's a turnover. Michaela Williams steps out of bounds.
Look at all the players in double figures for LSU this year. That's so rare. So rare.
That is healthy, and so many of those names that contribute coming off the bench as well. We haven't even seen bench players start getting into the game yet. We're getting ready to.
A deep rebound winds up in the hands of Michaela Williams. Here's Richard.
The dynamic of the game might change even more with Full Wiley about to check in.
Full Wiley, certainly one of the most valuable players in the entire league. After starting her career at South Carolina, a couple of terrific seasons off the bench there. And the same thing in progress for LSU now. There's another three by guess who? Asia Boone.
Yep.
She's got that quick release. She's that lefty. Flau'jae Johnson missed it badly. She has not yet been into the offensive flow. Koval hustling back, tips that play away. Cobalt breathing very hard right now, trying to catch her breath. And
Just when you thought you was finna do something with LSU, you see my nation full Wiley check into the game. Do you know how psychologically devastating that is?
8 steals.
Like, you was just getting somewhere, and then here come Lay.
And other teams' offense, and then also checking into the game is Grace Knox, who's one of the hardest fighters we've seen so far this season in terms of her aggressiveness and not backing down to anybody on the inside.
Knox has a terrific future here. The youngster making her mark off the bench for LSU, and a nice fadeaway shot off the 1 foot by Tiani Key from Cary, North Carolina. She started her career at North Carolina.
Defensively, LSU is going to have to try to get them away from the lane as full Wiley drive to the basket, because that's back-to-back buckets now by 6'5" players who have turned from 8 to 10 feet on a little bit of a fadeaway on a one-legger falling back. You got to back them out.
Kentucky has scored 7 straight points. The lead is 5 for LSU. The Tigers led by 12 before the Kentucky run. 3 minutes to go, opening period. And that's too easy. Tony Morgan was able to get by an out-court defender and then score from point-blank range.
I think that was Michaela Williams who let it go straight by with no contest.
Coball muscling up, slings it against the board, no good. 9 straight points for Kentucky. They can tie with a 3 here. Instead, they get a layup. That was Jordan Obi running the court, and Kentucky has scored 11 consecutive points to cut the gap to 1.
And after a huge run by LSU early, I think it was 12-2 LSU has now missed its last 4 field goals and have a scoring drought of 3 minutes.
Richard snaps it in the corner. 3 ball up, 3 ball just off the mark by Williams. Kentucky can take a lead right here. A lot of contact, but no whistle. Asia Boone missed on the drive. Williams did not realize there was a player behind her, and that's stolen by Asia Boone. The crowd did. It was yelling, look out, but to no avail.
Nobody talking to her. LSU has not trailed in a ball game in its last 3 games, and in 7 of their last 9, LSU has yet to trail in a game. That one was on Jada Richard, her first at the body bump as Quaje comes back in the game. In fact, it's the law firm of Johnson & Johnson, Takaya Johnson, making her entry into the game.
Williams and Coball go to the bench for their first rest.
You know this game means something for Johnson, too. It's Takaya Johnson, that is. Played her high school ball in Kentucky.
Strack backs out, hits a deep deuce, and Kentucky has the lead, 18-17.
First deficit in 4 games now, including this one for LSU. Look at that.
LSU has trailed for only less than 17 and a half minutes this year. Kentucky has scored 13 consecutive points. And free throws will be coming for the Tigers after the drive by Jada Richard.
Way to get to the line, Jada.
Louisiana Sports Writers Association Miss Basketball and Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year.
LSU's going to have that mentality all night long. They are going to go elevated. They are going to try block shots. You can draw fouls if you're aggressive like LSU. Nice job by Richard knowing the contact was coming.
Jada is an 80% free throw shooter. The Tigers at 71.7 as a team. And the 2 free throws give LSU the lead by 1. Kentucky right now beating LSU back down court on a couple of occasions. Obi running the floor.
Great cross-court pass to break that full-court press.
Full Wiley is left alone on the left side and hits the mid-range jump shot. She is so versatile. The parts of her game are extensive, both offensively. She can run the point, and her defense is beyond comparison. That's blocked by Johnson. LSU's Zakaya Johnson helping out Full Wiley. They're going to call a foul, though.
Zakaya picked that one up. That's her first. We're just talking about Richard being the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year. Shaeeta Johnson was the 4-time Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Kentucky and a 4-time champ. I was trying to read up a little bit on that with the time. You know, Kentucky made the coaching change with Kenny Brooks, who you see right there, coming over to Kentucky, trying to recruit, but he got there and was a little too late trying to get on the Shaeeta Johnson train. LSU was already on her and took Kentucky's top player for the last 4 years and brought her to Baton Rouge.
How rare is that to be a 4-time Player of the Year?
And I hear they take their basketball in Kentucky rather seriously.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Flau'jae Johnson has yet to become a factor offensively. She's got the basketball. Uses the pick by Johnson. Flau'jae fakes right, dribbles left, launches it. It rims out. Knox was knocked down trying to lean in for that rebound. She's all right, but holding the back of her head.
Flau'jae's going to need one of those buckets to get her started. One of her trademark drive to the basket shots. She missed a three-pointer badly, and then that time an off-balance jumper.
10 seconds remain in the first quarter. And a reach-in foul well away from the bucket by Fulwiley. Fulwiley's got that ability to steal it at that point, but that's a foul she would like to have back.
Kenny Brooks was even screaming from the Kentucky bench. They liked this. They were trying to go back and forth to try to force a foul from Fulwiley. That's why she went back and forth 2 or 3 times across the floor while she's letting the clock run out, and then finally they got it to commit.
So with 7 seconds to go in the quarter, the first free throw is good by Toni Morgan, who on the season has converted 82.5%. Johnson pulls off the rebound. LSU has 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Richard, yes! Jada Richard brings this crowd to its feet with a leaner just ahead of the end of the first quarter.
The show is the show.
Gives LSU a huge momentum bucket at the end of the first
Yes,
quarter. 22 Tigers as Richard converts
The end of
on the
period
last shot of
basket
the
is
quarter.
under review. The call on the floor is successful basket.
Do you enjoy women?
Of a girl in Louisiana. Though I'm out on the highway, my thoughts are still with her. Such a strange combination of a woman and a child. Such a strange situation, stopping every 100 miles, calling Baton Rouge. A replay of last night's events roll through my mind. Except a scene or two erased by sweet red wine. And I see a truck stop sign ahead, so I change lanes. I need a cup of coffee and a couple dollars change, calling Baton Rouge. Operator, won't you put me on through? Gotta send my love down to Baton Rouge. Hurry up, won't you put her on the line? Gotta talk to the girl just one more time. Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down to my last dime. Calling Baton
Rouge. Appeal on the out-of-bounds play. That was the timeout for the first quarter. So they went very long, basically 7.5 minutes without a break for the rest of that first quarter when LSU started red hot at 6-8. But they didn't respond as well coming off of that break as Kentucky did, just finishing 2-8 down through the rest of the quarter.
Boy, you look around at the Maravich Center tonight, there may be a few empty seats, but they are very rare. This place is rocking and rolling. It's a New Year's night celebration here in the Maravich Center. And Victor, for one, I'm glad recess is over. All the preseason games are done, and it's now SEC action. Everybody in action tonight. We've had some finals from this afternoon. We'll get to those scores in a little bit. LSU led by 12 at one time before Kentucky went on a 13-0 run. A couple of ties and 6 lead changes in the first period alone. With Victor Howell, I'm Lynn Rollins. Kentucky with Strack backing out. She's got the sweet jump shot. She's 6'5", but she can back out and hit that shot. And you know what? She was a guard in high school. She grew about a foot in her senior year of high school.
Has that ability to handle. You know what story comes out reminds me of that one on the men's side? Anthony Davis.
Yes.
Same thing.
Yes.
Smaller guy. He had a huge growth spurt. Has the ability to handle the rock, but has the size. Same thing with Strack. We've seen her take that Dirk Nowitzki type off the one leg fade away on the baseline. 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. That's going up. You got to put a hand in her face. Oh, after such a hot start for Michaela Williams now. She's missed her last few.
Morgan gives it off to Blue. Back to Morgan.
Michaela Williams has missed her last 3.
That fade away by Strack, a little bit flat. LSU down by 1. Williams, Joyner, spinning, reversing. Has to get out of the lane and does so. This is Flau'jae Johnson. Fadeaway jump shot. No, she is ice cold right now.
Well, that's good defense, too, by Kentucky. That's other than the 3-pointers she took, her other 2 field goals, she has been contested. Kentucky's done a nice job getting into Flau'jae's face.
Flau'jae has attempted 3 shots and missed them all. Shot clock down to 8. And a foul on Coball, I believe. It is Coball. That's her second. And Coball
Did
will
you
be
see this
replaced
leadership
by
that
Knox.
we're seeing out of Jada?
That time she was trying to
Come
reach
on,
and block the shot. But
leadership.
again,
Come on,
Kentucky's
Thompson,
ability, to
Ohio.
your point of Strack and her growth spurt, to be able to handle the ball and move with that size. She's 6'5", pulling away. Koval's 6'5", but she got caught behind her trying to reach to get her.
Look at the free throw per game marks by LSU especially.
Kentucky making just under 12 a game on the season. LSU, as you can see, making just over 20. Their opponents are making 10. So basically, LSU comes in starting a game up 10 if they go to the free throw line on average.
By the way, that free throws converted per game for LSU is number 2
There you
in the
go,
country.
4.
There's a bucket that might
Yes.
get
We need
Flau'jae
that to
Johnson
unlock
going.
Fla.
1 for 4 now from the field.
That's her type of.
And a good
her
job
type
of
of shot,
snaking her
too.
way to
Get
use the
downhill
backboard.
and
That's what I
score.
was saying earlier. She needed one of those drive to the basket hoops to go in and give her some confidence.
And a nice little bump and back up by Tiani Key as she scored over Knox and did a good job of creating some space. That's off Knox's hands. That pass from the left side, a little bit too hot to handle.
You mentioned Key, who just made that last bucket for Kentucky. She didn't play in the last 2 games for the Wildcats, but she's a preseason second-team All-SEC selection, and she's averaging 11 points a game, one of those many Wildcats in double digits.
And she also can block a shot or 2 or 8 or 10. She had 10 blocks in 1 game last year against Arizona State. Well, there's a 3 by Kentucky.
LSU's got to figure out who wants to guard Asia Boone. That's her 3rd.
Asia Boone now with 40 3-point shots made. And you know what? Hassett, who has not been a factor offensively, has 35 triples made. Tigers come right back. That's Williams, who adds to her point total.
Well, as much as you have to worry about Kentucky's size on offense, they do come into this ballgame, even though they're shooting 32% from three-point land, they come in making an average just over 9 a contest.
That's an open look from 18 feet. And Strack battling for the rebound. I think they may have called a foul on Strack. They did. She doesn't believe it. That's her first. Wiley will come back into the game for LSU. Let's look at Strack again.
Yeah, watch 2 white jerseys on the inside of her. Strack trying to reach over there. She might have been able to get to the ball, but when her hand comes down going for it, it comes down over the shoulder. That's going to be an automatic call.
That was on the shoulder of Joyner. Wiley has the ball stripped out of her hands, but they call a foul. That was going to be a give and go to Wiley.
That's number 2 now.
Too quick on Strack now. That's good news. 2. With 6+ to go in the second.
Kentucky.
That's good for us.
Came from a double-digit deficit and now leads by 3. 6:43 to go
a good one.
in the second quarter. And Kaylin KK Carroll, a 6'3" freshman from Dedham, Massachusetts, checks into the game, replacing Strack. She wears number 20 in blue. Williams misses the shot, goes down hard, but gets up and is holding her elbow, her left elbow.
Call that foul on Joyner, trying to battle for the rebound. Even though I think the ball came off of a Wildcat, it bounced outside of full Wiley. They called the foul on Joyner on the inside. That's her first.
Kentucky by 3 in Baton Rouge tonight.
See, this is something that we haven't seen all season long for LSU, but one game. And that was on the road when LSU got challenged. Nice defense challenging that layup there.
But the ball bounces back to Kentucky.
My mind just almost made me cry away. Thank you, Flage. If we don't start the crowding, I'm going to start screaming.
LSU down by 1.
To finish the thought, LSU has not been challenged like this minus one game when they were on the road at Duke. The only time we've seen them down with a deficit, and they were down double digits in that ball game. I will say Louisiana Tech challenged them for the first half in New Orleans on a neutral site. But Duke had really jumped out on LSU, so we have not really seen them face a lot of adversity like they faced here in the latter part of the first quarter and early here in the second.
Kentucky in blue, leading by 1. Shot clock at 3. A late pass down low. This will count if it goes. It does not. Offensive rebound pulled off by Kentucky. Boone is open. The lefty lets it fly. Online but long. Another offensive rebound. Put back. Bouncing. It's good.
That's going the other way.
A whistle.
They're going to call that on Key. They're going to call that offensive.
So Key commits the foul.
Take a look off the big bounce, off the missed 3.
Watch number 7 in blue.
Goes right over Joyner on the inside. And look, when you've got 2 or 3 players with a 6'5", chances are when you see them battling for a rebound like that, Lynn, they might touch the ball first. But if you have body position, you got a white jersey on the inside of them, you get the call over the back.
A reverse layup is good. It goes down.
Yeah, turn us up.
The AAC Freshman of the Year at East Carolina. LSU on a 6-0 run to regain the lead, 31-30. Carroll from distance, online but long. Rebound ripped down by Joyner. Here's Williams, fakes right, dribbles left, gives it up to Flage Johnson. Scoops it, scores, and a whistle.
Yeah, there we go.
Slow start for Flage in the first quarter. She has found her groove here in the second quarter. Back in the basket, the big breakaway. And after LSU being down, it's an 8-0 run for the Lady Tigers over the last 2:20. Going into the timeout, Flage has the Lady Tigers up 33-30.
At the University.
On my post, cause it's Louis. People in my section, I don't know, it's giving groupie.
And LSU actually has hit 5 of its last 6, and it needed it. Kim Mulkey holding court as we get set to return to play. 4:57 remaining in the second quarter.
Remember one of the statistics we told you and showed you at the top of the broadcast, offense versus defense, with LSU leading the nation in scoring, but what Kentucky has done. Kentucky has not allowed an opponent to shoot more than 40% so far through the first quarter and a half. LSU 54% from the floor, 43% from the three-point line.
There are 4 finals available to us in the SEC. South Carolina defeated Alabama easily, 83-57. Tennessee was a 76-65 winner over Florida. Vanderbilt ranked 12.
Update with KG so
88,
far.
Arkansas 71. And Ole Miss
but continue to keep
defeated
her in
Georgia
your
by
prayers.
17, 79-62. Those
Mulkey,
are
last we heard, she's a part of this team.
Auburn
He
and
has
Mississippi
her,
State are playing tonight.
you know
Texas
what I mean,
and
on the
Missouri,
roster,
Oklahoma,
and we
and
can't wait
Texas
for her to
A&M.
come back. We hope she comes back soon.
There's the old-fashioned three-point play. And Flau'jae Johnson, after a very cold start, is getting into the flow offensively. That gives her 7 points, and most of them have come in the last few minutes. This is Strack. Leaves that little half hook, I guess, well short. Not quite sure what she intended to do. She might have been caught in the middle in the thought process, but the floater came up short. Wiley driving, misses high off the window. Rebound pulled off by Key.
Penny Brooks taking the chance to put Strack back into the ballgame. She only sat for about a minute and a half. Remember, she's their leading scorer, but she has 2 fouls.
And she can do that if you leave her alone. That gives her 9. Again, that's that little 1-foot pivot you were describing.
Dirk Nowitzki's going to Hall of Fame because of that type of shot.
Yep.
When you're 6'5" and can do that, if you're a defender, if you're not right on top of her moving, you need to be 6'8" or 6'9". Other than that, it's almost unguardable.
There's a pass down low and a reverse layup by Knox.
And Kentucky's
Hey,
going to
come on, Gracie! Yes, that's the freshie down there. Come
you know
on,
she's probably
Grace.
going to hold off and not want to get that third foul.
And Knox is so basketball savvy and strong and diligent. That's put back up. Missed, put back up again, and the bucket by Key. And a foul called. And a 3-point opportunity.
He's rebounding.
Well, they called it on Knox, number 2. She got that. The LSU's bench was screaming, grab the rebound. Watch, the white jerseys are there, but they're just kind of standing and watching.
Rebound.
She just keeps fighting for it by herself. 1 blue jersey amongst the 3 white ones, and she puts it back up and in.
Key has a sister who played for Tennessee, and her mother was a volleyball player for Coastal Carolina. Victor, I'm told that Key is quite the cook. And she did a YouTube cooking video over the summer, and guess what she called it? The key ingredient.
Love it. Love it. All right, Johnson was trying to yell at, I think, Knox on moving on that play.
There's a traveling violation against the Tigers. Well, let's take a closer look at the height of this Kentucky team. There are some very tall players on this team, probably taller than Adolph Rupp had a few decades ago.
They've got a lot of good size on this roster. Tallest in program history, which beat the team from last year, which was the tallest in Kentucky history until this year's class.
Average height of 6'1". They've got 2 players at 6'5", 3 players at 6'5", another one at 6'4". The tallest team in the league is South Carolina. Another offensive rebound.
That's travel.
Yeah,
they called the jump ball.
And it's going to go to LSU.
Either way, it was a really good play by Flau'jae Johnson. I thought they'd get her on the up and down, but they said that Flau'jae had her ball on the hand long enough to force a tie.
Watch Obi here. This is in a position where it's very difficult to score. Under the bucket. LSU might have caught a break there.
We're talking about the size.
Richard, pull-up jump shot. Fouled in the act of shooting by Tony Morgan.
Morgan's one of the 3 players that's not 6 foot. Kentucky has a 5'8", one 5'9", that's Morgan, and one at 5'10", which is Gabby Brooks. Everybody else on the roster in blue is 6 foot or taller.
Morgan committed her second foul. Her career best in scoring is 31 against Stanford and 15 rebounds against Syracuse. She has played at Florida State and Georgia Tech before this stop at Kentucky.
LSU now perfect 7 for 7 from the line. Kentucky's been to the line more. They've got 9 attempts, but they've just made 4 of their free throws.
It's unusual for a team to get to the line more than LSU.
Yep.
Very unusual.
For LSU this season, it's unusual to face a team with this kind of size.
Knox is guarding Strack. Forces her into a pass outside. Key leaves the 3 ball short, and it bounces deep all the way into the LSU bench.
Okay, we'll talk about Knox for just a second. Did you see how Strack had to work so hard just to get that ball from the post all the way to the other wing because Knox was bodying her up? We talked about it. She's not backing down from anybody.
No.
You want to go get in an alley fight? You want her with you, right?
Yes, indeed.
She is going to fight you tooth and nail, and she was posting up and bodying up and forced Strack to make that tough pass.
This is Richard. Lajay Johnson. Williams. That ball was...
That's number 3.
And ball, fortunately,
Got
was
it!
deflected into the hands
That's
of
great.
Knox down low. And then Strack just committed her
That's
third
our
foul.
Strack.
Yes!
Wait.
And she was committed. Once she went airborne, she was committed. And Knox had a good eye position to draw the foul. Interestingly, this isn't the first time
She's
that
a good
Strack has been
player.
on
That's
this
why we
floor
needed that.
and had to leave the game in foul trouble. We told you she went to Virginia Tech. When Virginia Tech played LSU back in the ACC-SEC matchup, she was here, and she fouled out in the first half. They couldn't get her out early enough, and now she leaves it tonight with 3 fouls.
And Strack, knowing she already had 2 fouls, committed really a needless foul on that play.
Well, Kentucky had shifted to his own defense to try to help protect her. So now that she's going to be on the bench for the final 2 minutes, we'll see if Kentucky changes anything on the defensive end.
LSU's lead is 4 after the 1 conversion by Knox.
Kayla tried to sell that offensive charge, didn't get it, and need for an easy layup.
Obi scoring. Obi has made every start this year. And a foul called after the defensive rebound by KK Carroll, a freshman from Dedham, Massachusetts.
Wiley gets the foul called on her. That's going to be her second.
Yes, it is. Carroll, by the way, a McDonald's High School All-America in Massachusetts.
Almost a highlight play. Right before we picked up the highlight, she went behind the back, missed the layup, but then you saw her reaching over the top to try to get the ball.
80 seconds remain in the second quarter. This has been a ferociously contested first half. Fadeaway jumper by Key. Rebound, grabbed by Williams. Michaela on the move. Michaela gets into the lane, gives it off to Wiley. She misses the quick shot. Rebound put back up by Knox, and that's too strong. LSU with a couple of opportunities. They went 0 for 2.
They love to do that. They love to run the floor. That's one of their strengths of this year's team. But that time the layup was there. It just didn't go in.
There's the lob down to Key, and she scores. And right now we've got the 4th tie of this first half at 39.
Kentucky's got a full house in terms of the scoring column. Strack, Boone, and Key, all with 9. Morgan and Obi with 6.
And Williams counters for the Tigers, which a much needed jumper from a couple of feet behind the free throw line.
We need to play the best defense we've had in us all season right here to close this out. Protect that paint.
And at halftime, we'll talk to Jay Clark about the upcoming gymnastics season and the open mic night tomorrow with all of its festivities. That's blocked and a foul called on the Tigers with less than 2 seconds to go in the half.
That's going to be the 3rd on Wiley. Remember earlier in the ball game, it was Morgan dribbling around that forced the foul on the steal. This time she was just waiting for the clock to run out. There you see Wiley with the late attempt to block, but she comes down and hits her on the hand. And she gets her 3rd foul with 1.6 on the clock.
Two shots coming here. Morgan this year has 9 times scored in double figures. Career best of 31. And that's point number 8 for her in the first half. 1.6 seconds to go. 5 ties and 8 lead changes to this point. 41 apiece. Here's the heave to Richard. This will count if it goes. It's off the top of the backboard, and a frenetic, exciting back and forth first half is over. Kentucky on the road.
Well.
41.
Welcome
41.
to SEC
Jake
play.
comes your way when we come back.
Great half of basketball. To
Do you
introduce
enjoy
Kate
women's and
Colo,
Olympic sports?
Amaya. I mean, so many people on our team are just being introduced to what it's actually like to play in the Southeastern Conference. Amaya Joyner, never played in the SEC before. All of our freshmen. And then Kate Colo as well, came from Notre Dame. So, one half down, and we'll see how they do coming out of halftime. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. So if anybody wants to come up, y'all can let me know which I want to talk about. But 41-41, I'm pretty sure if we look at the stats, we're getting out rebound. And we've been having rebounding trouble all year. Even in our non-conference games, we weren't rebounding like that. But what y'all thoughts, let me know. Rebounding is an issue. That's the softball in her. We literally saw it at a good angle too. It has some speed to it and all that. I'm going to pull up the stats real quick. Yeah, this is one of the tallest teams. So we already knew coming into the game that was going to be a problem. All right. Not as bad as I thought, the difference, as it feels like. So that's good. They're taking way more threes than us. 13 threes they've taken. Well, wow. Look at this right now, y'all. Look at Michaela Williams down here. Leading the team and everything right now. And rebounding, Michaela Williams is leading in rebounding. And points and assists. Michaela has 6 rebounds. Nobody else even has 4. We have to get more rebounding. We have to. That's not going to work in the SEC if we can't get more rebounding out of our actual bigs.
Starts to come to fruition. The LSU gymnastics team, perennially one of the very best in the country. A couple of seasons ago, of course, a national championship under Coach Jay Clark. It's open mic night on Friday. Jay, what can fans expect?
Well, we're going to have a fan fest outside for the kids. There'll be everything from face painting to T-shirt giveaways to private lessons for their kids. That starts about 5 o'clock. And then at 6:30, we're going to do what amounts to a dress rehearsal for us. We're going to go through all 4 events. We're going to split the team into 2 and do all 4 events and see where we are. You know, we've kind of got to dip our toe in the water before we go to Salt Lake City for that monster of a meet we got the next week. So it's a great
Halftime reports from inside the Capital One studio. Let's get a check of the Republic Finance scoreboard on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Got a good one going on in the Maravich Center, the SEC opener, and 5th-ranked LSU and the 11th-ranked Kentucky, all tied up at 41. Michaela Williams off to a great start for the Lady Tigers as she's got 14 points. Hello, everyone. Jeff Palermo here with you to take a look at the SEC scoreboard update presented by Republic Finance. Visit Republic Finance for all your personal loan needs. Get started at republicfinance.com/Tigers. Let's take a look at the scores. Several finals already today. Number 3, South Carolina over Alabama, 83-57. 12th ranked Vanderbilt improved to 14-0 as they defeated Arkansas 88-71. LSU is at Vanderbilt on Sunday. Georgia loses to Ole Miss 79-62. That's the first loss for the Bulldogs. The 15th ranked Rebels improved to 14-2. 23rd ranked Tennessee improved to 9-3 with a 76-65 win over the Florida Gators. An action underway right now. Late in the third quarter, number 2 Texas over Missouri 68-56. It is 8th-ranked Oklahoma leading Texas A&M at halftime 28-20. Auburn and Mississippi State are in the third quarter in Starkville, and Mississippi State has a 10-point lead over Auburn 47-37. Mississippi State trying to go to 14-1. Auburn is 11-3 on the season. Again, our score at halftime, it's LSU and Kentucky all tied up at 41. Tiger fans, do you think you have what it takes to be a true Canian?
If y'all did not see this, Lane Kiffin, LSU's football newest head coach, is at the game, did walk out with Coach Mulkey. I love Coach Mulkey, bro. He's such a real one, a boss and a woman. Like, shout out Coach Mulkey, man. That's my goal. Yes, that's the new football coach. His name is Lane Kiffin, and he came over from Ole Miss, and he just took Ole Miss to the playoffs. But it was a whole thing. He's not coaching in the playoffs, but he did replace Brian Kelly. So this is the new football coach. Loves yoga, has This is Lane Kiffin. He is a huge personality, just like Mulkey. Like now all of the LSU coaches are personalities. He's funny. But yeah, y'all, first half complete, 41-41. Let's see what's going on. And they came all over my timeline. So I was like, child, wait. Now, y'all know Kim Mulkey don't not put her business out there like that. Yes, he's always on X. Yes. Mulkey's the real one, walking him out like a tree. They said I thought she was introducing us her man. Imagine bringing your man out, pointing at him like, yes, this is mine. This is mine. That is so funny. No, that's the newest football coach. Y'all are hilarious. Oh, that is so funny. All right, commercial break. We should be coming back from second half soon. Virginia, Michigan in the building. They had the fingers interlocked and everything. Lane Kiffin is married.
Defense teams in the nation. LSU 3 of 8 on three-pointers. Kentucky 3 of 13. LSU 8 of 9 at the free throw line. Kentucky 6 of 11. So that was kind of big for them. They were 75% coming in and missed 5 of 11. Kentucky out-rebounds LSU 22-16. Michaela Williams led LSU with 6, but LSU's post didn't give them a lot of rebounds. Joyner had 3, Koval had 1, Knox had 1. So LSU and Zakiya Johnson had 1. LSU going to need some more out of somebody in that group. Meanwhile, Key had 10 rebounds for Kentucky. 10 assists, 4 turnovers. Kentucky. Morgan had 7 assists. LSU 6 assists, 5 turnovers. So turnovers were not really a factor in the half. Points off turnovers, 8-6 in favor of Kentucky. Second chance points, 3-2 in favor of Kentucky, and points in the paint, 16-14. So like the game last year in Lexington, those numbers really negated each other, and neither team had an advantage. Kentucky did not block a shot, and that is interesting because they block about 8 a game, and they did not get any in the first half. Each team had 2 steals. Ajay Johnson had a couple for LSU. So a pretty even first half. A couple of players with 3 fouls, Clara Strack and Mylasia Fulwiley. So 41 apiece. Both teams are out warming up. We'll take this break. When we come back, what should be a very exciting second half from the Maravich Center here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Here's a club you want to get in.
I'm Len Rollins. This has been the type of first half that we thought it might be.
Yeah, 2 very good teams colliding. Defensively, LSU has been able to penetrate that Kentucky defense for a while, but then LSU hit the skids, right? The offense went cold. Kentucky got hot. Then they got midway through the second. To your point about those stats we were looking at, LSU flipped it again. Very even, and rightfully so. It's what we've been waiting to see. Michaela Williams was a star early in this ballgame for LSU. She came out red hot. Drained the three-pointer from the top of the key. She goes wing in front of the Kentucky bench. It's another one. She hit her first 3 shots, but then she missed her next 3 shots. Got to the free throw line a couple of times. She finished the first half with 14 points. She's the only player from either team in double digits. Clara Strack, we talked about her at the top of the broadcast. I mean, how tough is that to defend? just the one off the one leg fade away. She has that range. Lynn talked about the fact of her ball handling ability. There it is again. The little turn and fade away. The problem for Strack, 3 fouls. She picked up a cheap one late, and we'll have to watch that and see how much LSU tries to attack her when she's on the floor.
Well, you see the percentages. LSU still shooting 48%. Kentucky at 44. Tigers have been good at the free throw line, as they usually are, 8 of 9. Kentucky actually has been there more than LSU. That's unusual against the Tigers this year. But again, the storyline that Victor just mentioned, and this could be critical. Strack, the defensive player of the year in the SEC last year and a very capable scorer and passer, is thwarted right now with 3 fouls. Full Wiley has a couple of 3 fouls as well and only 2 points. So we're in for a heck of a next 20 minutes.
I want to see how LSU's bench contributes as well as what they do. Because, again, if you look at Kentucky's scoring, their scoring, it's a full house. 3 with 9, Key, Boone, and Strack. 2 with 6. Obi's got 6. Morgan hit 1 more bucket, so she has 8. So there goes the full house there. But still, those are the only players. LSU has had some contributions off the bench. Jada Richard having a very good night as well with 9 points on her 2 of 4 shooting, but she's 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Remember, Full Wiley also came in off the bench. She's 1 for 5, missed 2 layups in the first half, and then picked up that really, really tough third foul right at the very end of the half.
By the way, if you're wondering about Strack and fouls this year in the previous 14 games, she's committed 33 personal fouls. She has not been disqualified by fouls in any of the first 14 games.
She will start this second half on the bench, sitting there right next to Kenny Brook.
Kentucky in blue, LSU in white. Third quarter just underway. Hassett, who's been held in check, dumps it down low to Obi, and Obi collides, and there's an offensive foul once again. It's Grace Knox doing whatever it takes to turn the tables on Kentucky.
Well, she starts to slide it. You see that elbow clear out there by Obi. Obi had a chance to possibly get past her right here if she keeps going, but she stops and decides to try to go right through Grace Knox. And Knox, that doesn't bother her one bit. You saw her smiling and laughing when she hit the floor, knowing she did her job.
That's the third foul on Obi. Johnson dribbles to the right side, pulls up and fires. Got it. A good start for her after a very slow beginning in the first quarter, but a good start here in the third quarter, and her second quarter was much more productive.
Well, she would like to see Flau'jae Johnson start this half the same way Michaela Williams started the ball game.
Flau'jae with 9 now. There's a spinning shot that hits the side of the backboard, missed by Morgan. Obi gets it back and misses from point-blank range. Richard weaves her way back into front court. Johnson sets up, goes baseline, hooks it up. Got it! Got it! The versatility of Flau'jae Johnson in launching shots has brought this crowd to its feet.
She now has 11, the second player in the ball game, and second Lady Tiger in double digits.
That's a beautiful feed from Boone down to Key for the lay-in.
It's just coming off the screen and diving to the basket. You both can't commit to the ball. The diver goes uncontested to the bucket. It's an easy pass and an assist.
Coball will come back in for LSU at the next whistle. And it's right now. Coball re-entering the game for the Tigers. Let's go back and look at Flau'jae Johnson create this shot.
Up and under, a little hesitation dribble. One-on-one against Obi, and nobody on the help defense side for the blue. Allows her to get up and under with that nice touch.
11 points for Flau'jae Johnson as they update the numbers. $8:14 to play, third quarter. LSU by a bucket. Back and forth we've gone. It's been a teeter-totter ball game.
Second foul on Boone. Kind of a cheap foul considering Jada Richard and Michaela Williams were only about 3 feet apart to try to bounce pass it.
Johnson gets near the rim, scoops it up, but misses high off the window. Boone.
Want to get a hand on her.
She'll take the shot. She misses. Knox wades in for the rebound.
Boone has all three of her made field goals are three-pointers as Flausier gets to the bucket again. It's been the Flausier Johnson show here in the second half.
She is smooth with about 7 O's. That's scooped up and in on the run. Wow. Morgan with an up and under twisting shot.
Morgan heard you describing the reverse layup and asked you to hold her power drink.
Yep.
I'll do the same thing.
Coball from the wing. A little bit short. Coball fighting for it. She ties it up. It's going to stay with Kentucky.
No,
I'm not mad at that, Kate. I will take that. I will take that jump ball.
LSU leading by 2. With
If Kate can give me
7:22
like
remaining
8
in the
times
third
around the
quarter.
game, I would say nothing to Kate Coball.
Coball's another one of those players that can have an impact here in the second half. Just 2 points for Coball and 1 rebound.
That line drive jumper is good by Michaela Williams. Williams and Flausier Johnson have that ability to create a lot of shots that most players cannot.
And that's the thing. From all areas of the floor, it could be 10 feet away, it could be 3 feet behind the three-point line. You just have to eliminate them from the offense or else they can create on you.
Williams is knocked down by a legal pick, and the lay-in is good. That was a vicious but legal pick by Key.
That's where a teammate has to give you a heads up and say something and then help side defense. They knock you to the floor.
Coball spinning, left hand, no. Rebound picked up by Obi. You know, Obi in high school was a shot putter, and she also threw the discus. She can throw an elbow pretty well, too. Let's see against whom the foul is called. It's going to be Coball on the block.
Coball is trying to hold position, draw a charge on the baseline. Instead, she gets her 3rd foul. She and Fulweiler are the only 2 in foul trouble. You see how she slides over, but she's still moving as Morgan comes to the baseline and drops the pass off. So before the shot, Coball goes right back to the bench with Knox.
Amaya Joyner and Zakiah Johnson, who wear number 1 and 11 respectively, have checked into the game for LSU. That's muscled up but missed by Key. Kentucky comes back with it. Strack was able to run it down, and the 3 ball is good. Morgan, who had 8 trays coming into the game, gets one here to give Kentucky a 1-point lead.
Lady Tigers are trying to get position, but it's one thing to have position. It's another thing to go get the ball. Kim Mulkey screaming at her team. You got to be more aggressive. Get your hands on that thing.
Richard is open. Richard responds with a 3-point rattler from the left side. Oh, we go back and forth, 52-50, LSU. 5.5 to play, 3rd quarter.
LSU just about at its season average have made 3-pointers on this game.
That pass is knocked loose, but right back into the hands of Kentucky. Pass it. No, left it short. Strong rebound. Ripped off by Johnson.
That's what Mulkey was looking for. If you got positions, one thing, go grab the ball.
Richard lobs it down, tipped away, recovered by LSU's Joyner. She scoops it up and scores. Joyner on the running baby hook.
And look how she went after, too. Clara Strack, 3 fouls. She doesn't want to get her 4th this early, so she kept her hands up, but she didn't challenge the shot.
LSU with 5 straight points, 54-50. Tigers regain the lead after a 3 ball and the deuce. Let's take a timeout right here. LSU on this bucket makes it 54-50.
Keep going that track all night.
$35 for 2 pizzas.
What y'all think? It's a good game. I love it. Y'all know sometimes our non-conference gets very repetitive, but it's been a good game. It's been a really good game. Oh, I wish they would have showed us. It was just like Milwaukee night and the PMAC tonight. So here's some pictures that we see. Oh, look at her. She ate. Y'all remember when Coach Mulkey was wearing the basketball net sweaters? I love it. So cute. So cute. Oh, look at this. Y'all know Kim Mulkey and them knees, child. Never played. Oh, look at this one too. The little girl right there, the one who won, I believe. So cute. That's nice. Shout out to our coach. Like, when you can market and brand a whole night around your coach, you really have a real program. Oh, was it not big enough for y'all? Let me make it big enough for y'all real quick. Yeah, y'all should be able to see it better like this. These were the pictures again. This one is hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. She did it good. Nice. That was super cute. All right, y'all, here we go.
Tight one. LSU leading 54-50. And back and forth we go. LSU's biggest lead was in the first quarter. It was a dozen. But Kentucky mounted a long run, retook the lead. And since then, neither team has been able to gain a substantial separation.
Wait, I'm because this is so true. So true.
6 of 9 from the floor at 66.7%
I don't know if y'all remember.
shooting.
I think it was the game. Somebody was like, please, just regular layups right now. Regular layups right now. I was crying.
LSU's holding right there. Kentucky has 22 paint points and LSU 20.
Tony Morgan will try to throw it in, and she gets it cleanly to Key. Morgan goes back to get it. Shot clock at 7. Shot clock at 4. LSU tips it away and steals it. This is Richard. Boone is trailing. Richard puts it up. Can't get it to go. Boone with a rebound. Asia Boone wants to be a pilot. She's already had 40 flight hours, including emergency landings. Both of her parents are Navy veterans. Richard stopped the dribble, finds Williams, who will survey the situation. Full Riley will come in at the next whistle for LSU. Oh, nice pass down into the lane for the lay-in. Beautifully done.
That was well done.
There's a big-time player on the court that has 3 fouls. LSU's been attacking now. 2 of the last 3 offensive possessions, they've gone right at Strack, and it's been Joyner doing it, and she's yet to try to challenge, but she doesn't want to get number 4.
Amaya Joyner with the last lay-in after some excellent ball movement by the Tigers. The lead is 6, the biggest it's been for a while. Shot clock at 6. Key muscles her way in. Lays it up. No good.
That's why she did it. Score right there. Don't you dare do that to Sakaya.
She's got it in this place. It's
yeah, MJ. This is
a 3-ball.
Girl. Yeah, well.
This crowd is being whipped into a frenzy. LSU 59, Kentucky 50. More in a moment. LSU leading by now.
And that's how you
the
clear
NBA
up.
ESPN is happening now.
Yeah, we finna set it off in this motherfucker, you heard me? I'm finna put you bitch ass niggas in the trash can. I'm tired of all you bitch ass niggas. Y'all annoying me right now, for real, nigga. You wanna talk shit? You wanna run your mouth? You want some gangs to start your motherfucking house? We'll set this bitch off. Set this bitch off. We'll set this bitch off. Set this bitch off. Let's get these niggas mad right neighbor. I told mama I'm thugging outside, we don't need cable. Now I'm the nipples on the titty. I'm the motor caller, hear me. I'm the V12 and that 760. You niggas bitches, we real niggas with G codes. Love to go in beast mode, we thuggin'. We all got bread, so if we fall, we the crutches. We the dodo and the duchess. I'm the photo in the camera, I'm the pistol in the stamp. I got the sickest beamer, I got the sickest magnum, I got the sickest charger. Y'all's 30, mine's 40. I told you niggas, yeah, nigga me, before you get stretched in the streets. This the day that you gon' be deceased for playing with a beat. I told Turk, take off my collar, I'm finna take it there. You niggas ain't playing my project, y'all played at the fair. Trill Entertainment, that's my thug there. It's
you have things that Who you a fool for this? Who you a fool for this?
Gang. Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out back.
Right to the top of the key, uncontested. If you're going to stop Michaela Williams, you need to stop at the top of the key and get a hand in her face. You can't just keep backing up, Lynn, and you would think Asia Boone might know about that because she's hit 3 3-pointers the same way. You've got to get a hand in her face. That time on the break, she kept backing up closer to the free throw line. Michaela stepped right into her sweet spot at the top of the key. Has 19 points on 7 of 11 shooting. 3 of 5 from deep.
By the way, those 19 points ties her season's high. LSU is on a 10-0 run. It's made 4 of its last 5 shots. And right now, the Tigers have their biggest lead in a while, 59-50.
By the way, while you're looking at Michaela Williams, what's gone unnoticed, she has 5 assists and 7 rebounds.
So a very fine overall performance unfolding for Michaela Williams. The junior from Bossier City. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Morgan stops at the free throw line, kicks it out, left side 3 ball, good again.
Now, you know why Asia Boone was that wide open? Because Michaela Williams came in and crunched towards the middle to stop the dribble. They kicked it out, and she was too late to get out there and put a hand in Boone's face.
Is that her third or
That's her
fourth?
fourth.
That gives her 30, make it 41 triples on the year. Flau'jae Johnson goes right back to work, slithering inside and finding the sweet spot on the backboard. (61-53) LSU. Flau'jae has 15 after a slow start. This is Strack. She's cut off.
Flau'jae's only missed 1 shot since the second quarter, by the way.
Boone for 3 again. No. Ball tipped around. Strack kicks it left side. Another 3 ball up and in. That time, Toni Morgan. She came into the game only with 8 triples. She's got a couple of them tonight. 61-56. These Wildcats will not go away. 1:49 to go. Johnson again leaping, shooting, missing. Strack with a rebound.
And that time, too much to try to elevate over Strack, who had enough space between her and Flau'jae to distract that shot.
Fulwiley on the deep rebound, weaving behind the back, loses it, gets it back, retreats. Good defense, and Fulwiley almost lost it. In fact, she did.
Well, you knew when Fulwiley was on the break, her intention was going to the bucket, even with 2 defenders back there, either behind the back or through the legs. But then once she lost that initial dribble, she just had a hard time picking it up. Trying to go to the corner, lost the dribble, looks, loses it again, and then can't reach it as it goes out of bounds. It was turnover number 6 for LSU. Kentucky has 7.
So very low numbers for both teams to this point. Key left all alone for the layup. Every time LSU appears to be ready to stretch it into a double-figure lead, Kentucky comes back, trailing by 3. Joyner, yes, gets the little floater from Flau'jae Johnson.
Great ball control by Flau'jae. A nice job by Joyner. Attacking the rim once again. 13, just a little Olay defense because she doesn't want to pick up number 4.
Kentucky trying to get Morgan even more involved. She's at a double-double. tonight. Her third double-double of the year, 18th of her career. And it's going to stay with this team in blue.
Nice layoff there. Nice one dribble. At some point, Strack's going to have to open up her game again a little bit because she's made it through the third quarter now.
Yep, good
with
point.
Just that 3 fouls. She has to pick up a fourth. So you probably start seeing her become a little more aggressive here down the final 10 minutes and 34 seconds here in the third quarter.
Toni Morgan has 16 points and 10 assists tonight.
That's her 5th game then with double-digit assists.
She tied a school record with 16 assists against USC Upstate and no turnovers in that game. How's that?
She's second in the nation in assists.
Key spinning and scoring on Joyner. And LSU will take the last shot as Kentucky trails now by 3. What an SEC opener we've had between the Wildcats and the Tigers as we close out the third quarter. That scoop is good. Jada Richard makes it 65-60, and there's an injured Wildcat with no time remaining in the third quarter. That's Toni Morgan.
You know, that was one of those awkward layups where Jada Richard was going in with her inside hand, trying to go up and under, didn't use the outside hand and maybe coming down and didn't see it with all the bodies there. She probably caught Morgan across the schnoz. She is not feeling good right now. I just didn't see the contact at the bottom of the play at the end of the layup.
She's getting a standing 8 count and then some. Richard, by the way, has tied her career high with 14 points. And we'll take a timeout and come back with the final 10 minutes. Richard makes it 65-60, LSU after 3 quarters.
Oh, there it is.
If you love to travel,
Not Bob Jamal Starkey. I am hollering. Woo. Jada is hilarious. Like, yeah, that was her teammate. You will not see that. We've watched this happen. Teams play LSU like they play nobody else. Like Jamal Starkey just had me in tears. Oh. Free Bella! Free Bella! Bella, I'm getting you off of that 7th spot, man. I'm moving you up somewhere. And it's like it never happens. As much as they be wanting it to happen, it just don't. You get it. Bella's a dog. Like, let Bella play. Let Bella play. I'm going to have to get Coach Mulkey number back. Y'all remember I used to text her last year, like, girl, sub her in. Yes, the Kaya, y'all. I was watching her on those defensive plays. She was locking in on Tiana Key.
Right there, it's just collateral damage. And friendly fire, if you will, as Key was going to get the ball out of the net, and her elbow caught Morgan smack across the face right underneath the left eye. She was a bit woozy getting up, walked over with her coaches back to the bench. And while the team is in a huddle to the left of your screen as you're looking at her, she is off to the side by herself. Lynn had just mentioned this before the end of the quarter. 10 assists. It's another double-double for her. She leads the country in assists. 16 points, 10 assists on the night, but probably going to have a little bit of a shiner.
You know what? If she does not answer the bell here in the fourth quarter, it'll be the first time she has been out of the game. She has played all 30 minutes.
And with 16 and 10, you can see why. Her contribution, but she is going to start on the bench. And I don't blame her. She might feel like she wants to come back in, but you and I were both watching her when she tried to stand up on the baseline and then went back to a knee, and the coaches were with her. That elbow got her pretty good.
Can y'all say Dub Kathy in the chat? W Kathy, thank you so much for the donation to the channel. Happy New Year, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
By the way, LSU shooting in that third quarter, 11 of 16 for 69%. LSU is now up to 55% for the game.
Strack with that 1-footer, falling back, missed it that time, in and out. Richard on the move. Richard hit the last bucket in the second quarter and also the last bucket in the third quarter.
First quarter.
Yes. And Flau'jae Johnson may have been fouled. She got pinched between a couple of defenders. LSU by 5. 9 minutes and 16 seconds are left in quarter number 4. Joyner retrieves it and hands it to Richard. Half the shot clock to use. Richard bounces inside, leaps and fires in and out. Rebound, Joyner. Yes! So strong in the middle of those defenders.
That's a big tag team effort, too, because Shaeeta Johnson was right there in position, but she helped clear a path to Joyner to get that rebound and put it up and in.
Boom. Kicks it out to Strack. An open line drive jumper is good.
It's too easy.
She's 6'5", but she's got some distance on her shots.
One of the Lady Tigers hit the deck, but somebody's got to be able to rotate over. You can't leave her wide open like that.
Mississippi State has defeated Auburn 75-53 in Starkville. And Texas, ranked second in the country, leads 89-71 over Missouri. Boone, no, missed everything. So Texas in the fourth quarter has an 18-point lead over Missouri. Oklahoma is routing Texas A&M in the third quarter, 47-23. Earlier, South Carolina beat Alabama, Tennessee over Florida. Vanderbilt knocked off Arkansas, and Ole Miss was a 17-point winner over Georgia.
That's a great look and a great pass. Hit Mulkey.
Count it! Yes!
Inside. They went and struck Michaela Wright. She comes baseline and she's got one outside. Beautiful lob to Michaela to turn around, hit the shot, and get the foul. See, Boone tries to cover up top, so they just throw it over the top. And Strack was too late to come over for the help side defense. That's an excellent call and excellent execution.
21 points for Michaela Williams, but she can't get 22.
Not used to seeing her bang one off the back of the iron like that.
No.
From the free throw line.
Very good free throw shooter. That's nicely done. One-on-one. Good move by Morgan. Morgan was able to use her body, kind of bounce off the defender and maintain that control off the window. 69-64. The biggest lead in this game has been LSU by 12. That came early. Joyner, yes. A very slick feed by Shaeeta Johnson to Joyner.
Joyner's coming off a game where she had 19 points. But this is a much more impressive night. 14 points on 7 of 8 shooting to go along with her 5 rebounds.
Oh, a deep three and a big one needed by
I'm telling you, Boone.
Asia Boone.
They better be paying her big bucks.
17 points.
They better be
5 of
paying
her
her
6 made
big
field goals
bucks.
with 3 points. In fact, all of her field goal attempts but 3 have been from deep, and she's hit 5 of the 6 she's made.
That's the 9th time she's reached double figures in scoring this year.
Kentucky's closing in on its season average of 9 made 3-pointers a game, 7 for 22 on the night. But here's Boone, and you see Joyner's just late getting out top. much like we talk about with Michaela Williams, if Boone is up top, you've got to be shadowing her. You can't stand behind and then try to go around the player and think you're going to have time to get to her. That thing's going to launch.
6:40 to play and counting. LSU by 4. Kentucky owns the basketball. And a foul called. It could have been one of 3 Tigers down low.
You and I have had the chance to work a few times with some Conference USA games. Just go back and take a look at the drive and the foul as Morgan once again getting down the lane. This isn't the first time you and I have seen Asia Boone, number 8 for Kentucky. She transferred from Liberty. She was second team Conference USA last year. And 2 years ago, she was a freshman of the year in Conference USA. What a big pickup for Kentucky to get her to move from Liberty to Lexington.
Richard committed the foul. That's her 3rd.
That was Kentucky's first free throw attempt of this second half. They took 11 in the first half. 0 for 1 here in the second.
Morgan came in shooting 82.5%. 6.5 to play. 4th quarter. Williams rising, shooting, missing, in and out. Strack with the rebound. Koval got a piece of it. They're going to call a tie ball. It's going to go to Kentucky.
Yo, Kate faces. I will be making that into a game. Somebody go ahead and put that up for me.
Strack clearly has a nice job by Koval to go in there, work on trying to tie it up.
You know,
there 3 fouls.
There are a lot of choices today and tonight with sporting events all over the country and many, many sports. And you look around and you see maybe a handful of empty seats in this arena. It's a magnificent turnout for game number 1 between LSU and Kentucky. This place is rocking. There's hardly an empty seat. People have been standing a good majority of the time. And a lot of noise, a lot of emotion, and a very exciting start from a charisma standpoint, if you will, in this building.
Lady Tiger fans knew how to pace themselves on New Year's Eve to get here for game night tonight. This place will be packed again tomorrow night for open mic night for gymnastics. But to your point about this game being here, that's why they sat through some of those tougher games that were 40, 50-point decisions to get to games like this.
LSU by 3. And free throws will be coming. With
Way to draw that foul, Gracie.
By Knox to pull up 2 on the dribble. She looked like she was trying to go all in one motion, spin to go to the basket. But once she made the spin, she actually came to a quick stop, hit the brakes, and allowed her to be able to go up and draw the foul.
Exactly. That's why we need to keep going to her.
74.5% on the season. Every decision, every contested play, every free throw is critical in a game like this, and Knox bags both of them. 73-68, LSU by 5 on its own court, 5:45 to go. Strack outside the key, down to Morgan. And Richard may have committed the foul. Morgan lost her footing. That's the 4th foul on Richard.
You think the place is booing now? Wait to see if they show a replay on the in-house screen, because it looked like she just tripped over her own feet. Unless Jada got her with a trip. She was playing good defensive position. Morgan got tripped up and they called her on the foul.
I think our camera folks found some people who agreed with you.
She'll go to the bench now with 4. It brings Fulwiley back, who has not had a typical Fulwiley game.
Well, you don't see that very often. Victor, go ahead and get that one.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Fulwiley wants to give it a try. She came up a little bit short.
LSU thankful for this, because once again, Boone was open. Flaugier Johnson was late to try to go over there and get a hand in her face. Good thing she wedged that one between the rim and the board.
LSU wanted to double dribble, but the official said the ball was tipped by an LSU player, touched.
The fans wanted it because Kim Mulkey and Bob Starkey and the coaching staff were all screaming double dribble. Kim still standing at midcourt looking at it, wanting to know why the double dribble wasn't called. The play continued, and it wound up getting the foul call.
Boone is away on the first one.
50% from the line tonight for Kentucky, 7 of 14. You see, that was just their fourth free throw attempt here in the half.
You know what? She had only offered 6 free throws the whole year. Only 6 times had she gone to the line. Here's the handoff to Williams, spinning, fading, firing, got it. Again, we talked about her ability to create shots. She does it as well as anybody.
Boot's finest.
Well, if Strack's going to have that
But
step
Kayla
back,
Williams, you are my goal. You are.
Williams.
Since your freshman year, she's
Williams
been my goal.
Able to create shots
Y'all
like
know
that
I
people just
love
can't defend.
him.
The loose ball is picked up by Cobalt. She makes an ill-advised pass and gives it right back.
That's something LSU's done so well all season long. But tonight, that's at least the third time they've had a break where they haven't been able to convert, or at least to get up off the rim. It's turned into a turnover.
4.5 to play. The clock moves. Morgan guarded by Fulwiley. Morgan takes her down deep. Back out to Key. Key gets rid of it to Strack. 6 to fire. Strack spins another dribble. 3 seconds to shoot. Key lets it fly. Misses everything. Shot clock violation. Kim Mulkey on the sideline, pumping her fist.
Yes!
There's nothing
Defense,
more
what we need,
that she likes
defense.
better
Oh,
than
look
good
at that,
defense.
baby.
4:09 to play. LSU 75, Kentucky 69.
Wake 'em up in a drain for the Cougar hard move. You smart as chuck and make 'em scream, set 'em up with boy. Cut the me bad. I'm trying to see what niggas if they born stupid. To the brown time, he said he left us, got a Mulkey. Come sit down for the show and some popcorn to it. Man and me, he cut the hoe, she say she like I band do it. Ain't know where I get the singing, thought you just made dance moves. I try to sneak a scatter rap game, but my fans knew it. Don't get scared now, tell the people they been sleeping. I been counting dead, now that shit get scared, niggas creeping. You can better leg now, what they do after the sleep in. I turned in a band, boy, that bitch stay on my head. Nigga, boo, 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 how about boo, 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 how about nigga, boo, gon' watch me come through. Treating hard, gon' record, fuck around and lost a shoe. Off the boot, that shit get scary, looking around like who I'm talking to. You gon' get that shit up off your chest, I send them hitters to your crew. Pussy got a fake rolling up.
I like the way that it go, yeah. Got to play some more. It ain't my fault, it ain't my fault. Man, that's dope. It ain't my fault, it ain't my fault. Big let's go. Fat boy. Let's go.
It ain't my fault they getting mad. It ain't my fault. Get out your feelings, get a bag. It ain't my fault. Rent up $1 million, I got cash. It ain't my fault. Did everything, I drop it gas. It ain't my fault. I sent that check, I got respect. It ain't my fault. I just hopped up off a jet. It ain't my fault. Put a Billy on my neck. It ain't my fault. I'm a rookie in a vet. It ain't my fault. Oh my
coach and Kim Mulkey. That's right before the ball game.
And he's wearing a hat, and if you haven't been here in person, Kim Mulkey's entrance is one of the most anticipated things in the arena. Everybody wants to see what she's wearing. Because of the hat, I don't know if right away everybody knew exactly who it was, but it took about 5 seconds when she was pointing at him and raising his hand. Lane Kiffin taking some time to come over to the arena and catch action. Busy man right now with the portal about to open for football tomorrow. Certainly had the crowd riled up early when he made the entrance.
Well, there is Alexander Kobal and Natalia Kobal, the parents of LSU's Kate Kobal. What a story they've had. They've been displaced by the Russian war with Ukraine.
Nice to see you.
He has served in the
parents.
military. He's away, we're told, on a leave right now. She went
that
to live
must
in
be her
Canada
brother,
for a
too.
while
Her brother goes to LSU as well.
find a
Come
safe
on,
harbor.
baby.
They're
Finish
back
strong.
together in
Parents
Baton
the
Rouge,
building. I love
Louisiana,
that for
and the
her.
best of that family.
Absolutely. Great to see him here, and he was a big reason to get her to come over to America and play basketball here.
Knox runs down her own miss. And a foul out front. That's the fourth on Boone. Three
Fourth
minutes
on
and
Boone?
46
Oh, y'all ate
seconds
that.
left.
Y'all ate that.
LSU 75, Kentucky 69. Tigers' biggest lead has been 12. Kentucky's has been 5. This is only the fourth game in which LSU has trailed this year. Flaugier, step back, leaves it short. LSU trailed against Duke, Louisiana Tech, and Tulane, and now Kentucky. But right now leading 75-69. And we've got a stoppage and a foul on LSU.
Holy call on Michaela Williams. She got beat with the dribble. Had a player going baseline uncontested, so she grabbed the jersey. Pretty easy call to make.
And 2 shots coming.
Both teams with 4 players now in double digits. Michaela Williams leads everybody with 23 points. Morgan has 19. Boone has 18 for Kentucky.
And Morgan is at the strike right now. A good free throw shooter, but the first one is long. You cannot afford to leave points at the free throw line if you're Kentucky. Trailing by 6 with 3:20 to play. Morgan, 82.5%. Kentucky is only 8 for 16, now 8 for 17. But how about that? As Key somehow manages to get the ball and put it back in.
You can't allow that to happen if you're LSU. You have inside position. She misses both free throws, but they come away as if she made both of them because of the offensive rebound and easy putback.
75-71 for Wiley. And there's a foul on Coball, and she knew it. She tried to pull back, but her momentum carried her into the back of the Kentucky player.
How about that stunner? LSU has 3 blocks on the night. And for a team that's known, we call them the triplets because of the 3 that are able to have so many blocks throughout their career the last 2 years. 0 blocks for Kentucky tonight, when they average 8.5 a game. That leads all of college basketball.
Strack, 76% from the line this year. The number 1 scorer for Kentucky at 16.8. The number 1 rebounder at 9.9.
Even more astounding with that block stat. LSU actually leads points in the paint 34-30, which tells you they haven't been afraid to go at it and try to get to the rim. Kentucky just has not been able to get any blocks against them.
Strack's free throws make it a 2-point game. Just under 3 minutes to play. We've got tension here in the final minutes. Williams fakes the 3. Looking, fakes left.
LSU cleared the floor for her, too.
That shot rattles out. Key takes the rebound near the free throw line. Kentucky can take the lead with this possession. 2.5 to go. Tighten the seatbelts. Hang on to your chairs. Ten seconds to shoot. 4 seconds. Morgan works down low, and a foul called. And Kentucky will be able to.
I swear it looked like she fell.
As we play with 2:10 remaining.
And Michaela Williams is frustrated about the foul, but she moves over faster on defense. Look, she's already beat. We've talked about it so many times on broadcast, Len. If you're shoulder to shoulder and you're the defender, you're already beat. She needed to move over faster and cut her off. Once she got behind, now she's reaching in to try to get the block.
Morgan calmly sinks the first free throw. This for a tie at 75. We are brand new after 38 minutes. A 6-0 run, 6 ties, 10 lead changes in this game. Locked up at 75 right now. Blaget kicks it back out to Richard. Shaeeta playing with 4 fouls and 14 points. Richard pulls up, takes the jumper, misses side left. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Kentucky. Wildcats can take the lead with this possession. Morgan dribbling around, kicks it out, 3-ball, in and out, and rattled away. Key gets it back for Kentucky.
Key is just a monster on loose balls. LSU has not figured out how to get number 7 away from the loose balls time and time again.
Key is like a rat on a Cheeto when it comes down to running those balls down. 15 rebounds for Key. Can you believe it? Shot clock at 3. Step back. Got it. Oh, my. Strack with a critical shot. That is not a high percentage shot at all, but she stroked it with nothing but twine.
How many times have I said it tonight? It's almost unguardable. Watch as she gets the ball right back, and she's going to spin and peel away. Koval wants to try to go to the block, but makes body contact as she's fading away. Watch how tough this shot is. Koval with the elbow, can't get the block. She fouls out with 5. And Strack goes to the free throw line where she's a 76% free throw shooter. And if you can feel the tension through the television, and for those who are watching, this is what Lady Tiger fans are worried about. Those 40, 50-point games, they haven't been in this situation. There she is again with a rebound.
16 rebounds for Key. And right now, LSU is most definitely in a position it has not been in this year through the first 14 games.
This is what had everybody a little anxious. How would LSU respond when they get put into a situation like this because they haven't faced it all season long? Yes, they went to Duke and they were down 17-2. They took that game over in the third quarter and cruised to a victory. Everything else, even Louisiana Tech, the early deficit. This is the first time LSU has faced this all season long.
Kentucky has been very, very resilient tonight, time after time. There have been 3 or 4 occasions in which it looked like LSU was going to put its boot on the throat of the Wildcats. And each time, Kentucky was able to slither free and come back to pressure LSU. Key with a career-high 16 rebounds and a season's-high 17 points.
And Key did not play.
Did I just hear career-high rebound?
Wright State, sat out against Hofstra.
Career-high rebound.
She had 11 rebounds and a big win over Central Michigan, and she had 12 rebounds at Buffalo. Those are the only 2 games with double-digit rebounds. But she has been the X factor that LSU has not been able to solve. The 3-point shooting by Boone and the inside play of Key at the glass have been 2 major factors as to why Kentucky here on the road is up 2 with a $1:17 left.
A 1-possession game. LSU owns
Come
the
on,
basketball.
Tigers.
LSU. Let's see what they decide coming out of the huddle. Williams faking, leaning, fading, firing, bouncing. No. Flat-footed rebound taken by Strack.
The Lady Tigers were there. Florida went to the ground, and nobody was able to grab it.
54 seconds to go.
8 rebounds for Strack now.
50 seconds left. That's it. Oh, my gosh. Wait a minute.
Strack with the basketball.
Wait.
Nobody guarded Obi. That's blocked. Rejected by Knox. But it's kicked out for Boone. Her 3.
Thank you, Michaela. Oh,
down
my
by 2.
goodness.
35 seconds to go.
You've got to try to go to the basket. If you draw a foul, that's fine, and get to the free throw line. You don't want to. I do not think you want to try the outside shot.
There's about a 7-second difference between the clocks. 15 on the shot clock right now. That's going to be a foul on Strack. 3 free throws are coming. 3 free throws.
My God, it is awesome. Oh,
LSU has not had a field goal in the last 4.5 minutes.
It's been an 8-0 run for Kentucky. This is all ISO. A lot of dribbling, no passing. Michaela pulls up and Strack with that 6'5" frame. Tries to reach out to get it, but clearly hits her on the hand.
This is a young lady who hit 30 consecutive free throws as a freshman. She calmly drops in the first one. She's got 2 more free throws coming. 18.5 seconds to go. Michaela Williams. the game at 77. She is as cool as the center seed of a cucumber. For the lead. Yes.
For the defense, y'all. 18.5 seconds. I think the best defense y'all have in your body.
How about that? For some clutch shooting with the game on the line.
Michaela, you the go, girl.
Michaela Williams tonight. They give her 26 on the ball game. We've watched this young lady ever since she stepped in LSU.
Don't wash it.
Outstanding free throw shooting, 78% on the season.
Yo, we serve a
Which
very
actually
good guy.
is much worse for her
Very,
normal
very
numbers.
good guy.
Yeah, LSU as a team
Woo!
shoots just under 72%. That's ninth in the SEC.
I'm getting high.
So they do make 20 on average, which is number one. And tonight, as a team overall from the line, LSU 13 of 15.
So Michaela Williams drains 1, 2, 3 free throws in a row to give LSU a 78-77 lead. But plenty of time remaining for the last possession for Kentucky.
Now I'm going to draw to your attention as you take a look at Strack on the bench. A moment ago, you talked about how somebody was left wide open. And why? Because when Strack had the ball left low side, Flau'jae Johnson left her player to go double team because you don't want Strack to do the fadeaway. And that left a cutter wide open. Fortunately for LSU, she missed that shot. But watch for them to do something like that. If Strack doesn't try to take the shot, she's going to draw the attention. And they're going to hope that LSU loses somebody on the defense who's going to kick it out.
This crowd is on its feet.
Turn up 12 Island. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Defense. Yo, why did Kim Mulkey call him some boozy?
Joyner, Knox, Johnson, Williams, and Richard on the floor for LSU. Opie, Morgan, Key, Boone, and Strack for Kentucky. This is Tony Morgan.
Coach is going to give her the sign when to go. He just told her to hold up. Now he's telling her, let's go.
10 seconds to play. Morgan still dribbling left side. 5 seconds.
Strack's left alone.
3 seconds. She's going to have to shoot for the win. Got it. Wow. Kentucky hits a 3.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No.
But
no.
Morgan holding on to the basketball. Was forced into a low position and drained it.
Well, they used him as a decoy. They sent her down the left wing.
The end of period basket is under review.
But Victor, I thought it was good.
It's good. Yeah, that was clearly off. I think the ball's going through the net when the red light hits. But they sent Strack down the left side. She's left of your screen. And you notice they switched. Shaeeta Richard's on her. That Joyner, who wasn't out close enough. And you can see the light hadn't even gone on.
The light hadn't even gone on.
That bucket is in. If anything, they might say
you
there's
gotta
2
stay
tenths
on
or
that
something left.
skin. You too far away.
Look at the clock at the far end. It goes to the net at 0.4.
What a shot,
Tony
man.
Morgan.
What a performance.
Tony Morgan, who had only 8 triples coming into this game, has apparently won it for Kentucky. We're awaiting confirmation, and we're going to get it right now.
After review, the ball passed through the basket with 0.5 on the game clock. The game clock will be set to 0.5.
So
we got
0.5.
Man.
LSU will take the ball on
LSU
its
got the
offensive
ball
end.
with 0.5
They're going to call
seconds.
timeout, move it up now, which at least gives you a chance to throw it in and turn and shoot, or you go to the bucket for a grab, touch the floor, and try to lay it back up and in and force overtime.
But with half a second to go, you've got to be very swift. There is no time for a dribble.
We talked about Morgan a little earlier in the fact
Michaela, you gave it all you had.
Assists per game. You know, she graduated in 3 years from Georgia Tech. She started
better not drop a zero. You gave it everything you had.
Moved to Kentucky to finish out. She is on the Nancy Lieberman point guard watch list. Certainly see why with the big shot that she hit right there in the night that she's had. 12 assists, 24 points to lead the charge on 7 of 10 shooting.
We could have used Bella. Man. All right, here we go, y'all.
All of those numbers that Morgan has, 0 turnovers. That's outstanding. Point guard has been so active and not turned the ball over.
Well, a few games ago, she had 16 assists and no turnovers.
Yep, not again tonight, where she's got 12 assists. Kentucky now calls timeout after they saw LSU come out for its initial lineup.
Victor, I'm just double checking, and the numbers that I reflected earlier are correct. Coming into this game, Morgan had 8 3-pointers, 8 for 24, and she just hit one, which gives Kentucky an 80-78 lead over LSU with the shot clock just about to expire, the game clock just about to expire. Half a second to play here. Let's see what LSU does.
They try to go to the basket for a lob tip, or they got to go to somebody like Michaela who can quickly turn and shoot.
That's probably the option they'll use. Flau'jae Johnson will throw it in. This is Michaela, and this shot will not count. Even if it goes, it doesn't. Kentucky has defeated LSU. The final, Kentucky 80, LSU 78. And what a game for Tony Morgan. Last Kentucky win here in Baton Rouge was in 2019, January 17th. That was 64-60. This one at 80-78. Kentucky so resilient. Even after Michaela Williams stepped to the line, hit 3 free throws to give LSU a 1-point lead. It was
good game,
Tony Morgan who put the dagger into LSU.
Last
Put
year,
the
Kentucky
dagger
had the
into
lead on LSU in Lexington. LSU stormed back with a monster third quarter and pulled away for the win.
Like, watch your
Tonight it was
mouth.
even at the half, and Morgan stepped up so clutch late in this ball game. Give credit also to their outstanding player, Clara Strack, who was able to play all those minutes without drawing another foul.
Damn,
a very
y'all.
impressive road win for Kentucky to come in here and get this win.
Morgan had 24, Boone had 18, Strack with 15, and
Well,
Key with
now
17,
time to
and
correct
was a
the
monster on the
problem. We
board.
said it. We got to
LSU
rebound. We
got
cannot
double
have
figure scoring
Michaela
from
Williams
Williams
at
at the high
halftime moving
26
and
this
leading and
season,
rebound with
15
6.
for Johnson. And
Nobody that
14
played in the paint
for
got 4
Richard.
rebounds.
Final score, Kentucky 80, LSU
substitutions.
78. Kentucky wins on the road in the SEC.
When you win in the PMAC, you get the flex. Sunday,
The NBA
y'all.
on ESPN
Sunday,
is
Sunday,
happening.
Sunday. Well, if it was your first time joining me here for a stream, my name is Cheyenne. I do stream LSU women's basketball all season. We will be back. I have it right here. The next game is going to be this Sunday, the 4th, versus Vanderbilt at 4 p.m. We do go on the road and play Vandy. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, follow, do all of the things. We're going to have to get into it. We'll talk about it this week. But I will see you guys back here on Sunday at 4 p.m. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe to BayouBallBuzz. And, yeah. Ooh, this is, I hate when we lose, bro. Like, I hate when we lose so bad. I hate when we and I do not want to see Michaela say this shit was on her, bro. This was not on Michaela. This was not on Michaela. Like, oh, I'm hot, y'all. I gotta go breathe and try to believe. All right, y'all. Love you guys so much. Have a good night. Happy New Year. It's still go Tigers. It's still go Tigers. It's still go Tigers. Love y'all. Have a good night.